Hello, you some bitches. Yes, I said some bitches. Not some bitches, but like some bitch. No, yeah, no. Anyway, all right. Check it out. We got a lot of sponsors we got to throw out before we get started today because we got a special guest coming in. And first and foremost, we got to thank fastfitfoodco.com, the place where you can have your fast and ready meals on the spot. You got to go to fastfitfoodco.com, and it's so easy. They have an awesome menu. Everything is like just so tasteful, very, very good. And it's good for you. And you have a bunch of different options between high protein, low carbs, no carbs. If you're trying to be a bodybuilder, they got you too. Go check them out, fastfitfoodsco.com. CrossFit DNR has partnered up with vetsforlife.org on November 10th. That's right. So if you don't know what Vets for Life is, let me tell you. They support all veterans, not just your vets, but all active duty military. If you have served, they got your back. They're going to do stuff for you. It's just a really, really good cause. Go check them out. It is vetsforlife.org. And if you want a good workout and you're in Fort Collins area, NoCo, yeah, go to CrossFitDNR.com and see what they got going on. They also have their 5th annual Halloween WOD going on. And it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys get to dress up and you get to like cause just a lot of shenanigans and be with a bunch of hooligans. And trust me, you're going to have a lot of fun. If you're looking for some delicious lemony treats, you need to go check out Mother Puckers on Facebook. It's so simple. They got, pretty much they can make anything with lemon. But I heard the cupcakes are pretty on like point. So kind of, my big ass needs some of that shit. So Michelle's Infinity Roses. These are the roses for men. Women can have them too, but they are wooden roses. Like, come on. They are made of wood that will last forever. Ladies, you know what's going on here. And you can have any logos you want put on the roses. They have beer mugs and all this other stuff. It's awesome. Check her out on Facebook, Michelle's Infinity Roses. And Empower Training Center. Yes, one of the best gyms you could possibly be a part of. If you are in the greater Colorado Springs area, Mr. Eric Lalone will teach you what exactly you need to do to defend yourself, to, just to get a better sense of yourself, all of these things, get in better shape. He is the one you need to talk to, Eric Lalone at Empower Training Center. Luna Float Spas, located over on Cheyenne Mountain Boulevard and I-15. So that's Nevada. Turns into I-15. Look, I say over and over again, if you've never tried a float, it's a game changer. You will walk out of that place feeling $1 million better. And that's not a lie. I promise you. It's my guarantee. And I don't lie. RUtattoo.com. If you want an actual tattoo that is going to last, number one, that is going to have just all the quality and awesomeness that you need from an artist, every artist that is in that studio is top notch. They are the best. You need to go check them out, RUtattoo.com. And Wolf's Vinyl Decal. Okay. We went from a different decal to this decal, but it's the same decal. And that sounds weird, but it's just a different owner. So it's just it's the same quality. You just got to go check them out. Wolf's Vinyl Decal. So without further ado, let's get into this motherfucker. We got a cool ass guest, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, mic check.
You are listening to a few bro dudes that will make you laugh, cry, or both. The Vanilla Gorilla and Dropkick Mike try to be funny, but let's be honest. They need to try harder.
Yeah.
This is Double Barrel Doo-Doo Shooting.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Double Barrel Doo-Doo. You got the Gorilla here, and we got Glenn Roby joining us today.
Yo, yo, yo.
And it's kind of weird.
It's definitely weird. I don't know if I could feel the seat like Mike swayed, but We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what goes on. But I know Mike's kind of hurt right now because he's been wanting to have another comedian in here for a long time, and then the one day he cannot get down here, it fucks everything up.
Damn those jobs.
So, but we do have a national act. This guy drives pretty much everywhere in his little
99 CRV.
There you go.
What's up?
I thought it was a POS, but whatever, man.
Well, it's that too.
But he's probably got about, I don't know, about like 7,000 signatures on it, maybe
There's
even
a lot
more.
I mean, different colors stay long. Like blues and blacks last longer on there than
Right.
like pinks and greens.
You got them on the windows too.
If they start getting too crazy with me, I gotta scrape. Like I don't like when people sign my mirrors. I gotta scrape it off my mirrors now. Like I need to use my mirrors. You know, so like I take a razor blade. I'm like, oh, you wasted the signature on the
You
mirror.
just fuck shit up.
Yeah.
So when I see you pull up, I'm trying to figure out how this shit started because it's hilarious to look at, but it's also very intriguing. So, like, can you kind of give us a background on like how that started?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a lot of different things I think contributed to it. You know, it's just this isn't the first car I had doing it. I had a '94 Honda Accord before this one.
Of course, it was a 94 Honda Accord.
387,000 miles on it before I wrecked it.
Yeah.
Back in 2016. And I started doing it in 2015 is when I started having people sign the car. So I almost had it a whole year, and then I wrecked it, and then I had to put a GoFundMe up to get this new car because I was stuck. I was like, I was a stand-up comic living out of my car. You think I have money saved to buy another one? Like,
Right.
If I had money for a new car, it's like this piece of shit new. I was trying to get rid of it. Like anytime I got money saved, it was like, oh, I see you looking at that Hyundai. Distributor cap, like something else to go around this piece of shit. So I was like, if I'm gonna be stuck with this thing, then I was like, I'm gonna make it cool. You know, I was like, it's kind of like a light bulb. I was like, I could have people sign my car at the show, and it was like, and I was also trying to think of ways like to build a following. And I hate, like, I'm not a big selfie person. Like, oh, this is what I'm up to. Like, so it's like, but you have to embrace narcissism at least a little bit to succeed in this business now. Like, you can't, like, my biggest mistake in comedy was thinking you just had to be funny. Nope. You gotta be funny. You gotta be tour manager. You gotta be marketer, producer. You know, all this other shit. So I was like, well, this is a cool way to interact with people. And then, like, you know, even if it's hard for them to remember your name, but if they sign your card, at least remember that. You know, that guy with the card. They're like, no, that, you know. So the card basically gives me the attention I need without me having to talk like fucking Kanye West. And be like, look at my shit.
Look at
You
your
know, I'm
shit.
fucking genius. You know, like fucking. But yeah, so it gives me like people, you know, kind of like if you want to follow it. And then when you go to my Instagram is pretty much just people signing my car. Like I kind of like make it more about my fans than myself. You know, which is cool. Like I like doing it like that. You know,
Right. Well, and we didn't introduce.
No.
So we have Patrick Garrity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy with the car. Is
guy with the
that's
car.
That's all I can remember.
So if you see a guy in a little white SUV, CRV or whatever that thing is out there, with a million
CRV.
signatures on it, come say what's up and sign his car. I'm sure he'll be perfectly happy with
Probably
it.
some
Shit.
people that I've like cut off on the highway, like, oh, where's he gonna be? Piece of shit. Like I've
That's
had
so
people
funny.
like, oh, so funny.
So you're performing tonight at Loonies Comedy Club.
Looney is also like another thing about my car is I take the time to take my favorite clubs that work me and then put their logos on the car. So Looney's
Nice.
is on the hood along with the LA Comedy Club in Vegas is on the hood of the car. So those
Nice.
are like two of the clubs that I really enjoy working. So they made.
You're
they
really
made-
prideful about that shit.
Very, dude. It took me. This is not, have you seen their logo? You know, how fucking long it took me to
Right.
like write their logo on my car. It took me like fucking 2 hours.
That's why it was a 13-hour trip for you guys.
No, 13 hours. I drove from Boise. Had to drive from Boise, Idaho, to get to here. So yeah.
Well, we were looking online just a little bit ago, and so Amy Schumer, who is crazy as fuck. I mean, she's like all over the place, and she can't try not to like give enough attention to herself. Are you a fan or?
I'm indifferent. You know, it's not like I don't dislike her. I don't, follow her. You know, it's just like as far as female comics go, I think there's some comics that are like more talented. I would feel like I think Marina Franklin is funnier than Amy Schumer, but nobody talks about Marina Franklin. You know, Marina Franklin actually like has a club resume. Like when she came up, like she worked like the clubs. You know, like you see her headshot, like. coming through. And I was just, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, comedy's an art form. It's subjective. I personally feel that somebody like Marina Franklin is more talented than Amy Schumer, but the fuck do I know? I'm getting out of my car.
Yeah, and she's making shitty ass movies. But
I've never seen her movies. So I can't comment.
Well, there you go.
Either,
They're not all shitty.
But so what exactly happened?
I thought some of her episodes of her show were pretty good. Like, I thought some were like, like the Inside Amy Schumer. Like, I will admit, they were funny, man. Some of the episodes were good.
Yeah, definitely.
So you know about the shit going down with Kavanaugh, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay, so Amy Schumer and Emily Ratajkowski were at a protest for Kavanaugh, and Amy Schumer got arrested, and so did Emily Ratajkowski.
I did not know. I haven't heard about this.
And if you know who Emily Ratajkowski is, she's very friggin' beautiful. She's a model. She's an actress. She's wearing this skimpy tube top shirt. Looks like it's made out of a piece of cloth. These jeans that fit tighter than friggin' paint. And she has a sign that says, "Respect women." You know what? I paraphrased that. Let me pull that up. But what do you think about Amy Schumer getting arrested on that?
This just happened like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, this was at like 125.
I mean, it's just gonna increase her fan base. She's gonna, she's like, it's a hot subject. I mean,
is that just her way of trying to be?
I don't know. You'd have to ask her. But I mean, like, it's she's got a following, and she's, like, me and my buddy do videos about this, about like different people's followings, and she's got a massive following. She's got, last time I checked, she has 6.6 million followers just on Instagram. Right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, we were talking about Monique back. This was like this past year. She got offered $500,000 to do a special for Netflix, right? Mm-hmm. And then she turned it down because she felt it wasn't enough money. She wanted to get paid like Amy Schumer, who got $13 million for her Netflix special. And then she's like, "Well, I'm getting $500,000. That's garbage." And I was like, "If she want to get paid as much as Chris Rock?" I was like, "Well, let's look at the numbers. Let's look at it's a numbers game now. So
right.
Your like Chris Rock's following, it's like 5-something million, and plus he's got previous albums where he's just destroyed. Like he's like, you name 3 other albums of Chris Rock. There's this monster. Like, what other albums has Monique done? Like, other than Queens of Comedy, where she was like doing with 3 other people. She doesn't have her own special, right? And then Amy Schumer has previous specials, and she has 6.6 million followers on Twitter, or Instagram, and she has like 4 million on Twitter or whatever. She has millions. So I was like, oh, let's look at Monique's numbers. 270,000 or something, like, on Instagram, and like, so yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good enough for a special, but like, following wise, you're not. That's why Netflix is like, well, you're not, times it by 2. That's how much your following's worth, basically. 6.6 times 2 is 13 million. 270 roughly times that by 2. That's about $500,000. So it's just like, don't be mad that you're not getting paid. Be mad that you're not. It's your job to build your following. I'm fucking upset too. I wish I had a bigger following. You know, when I made the video, I was like, I'd do a fucking special right now if they just fixed the AC in my car. I'd be like, yeah, just do that. Just take care of that. I love it. Like, thank you. I have 7,000, so times that by 2, my special's worth $14,000 right now. Like, if I made a special, if Netflix decided to make me a special, that's what I'd like fucking sign for it.
Netflix, do it.
Yeah, 14. No, I'm gonna hold out. Until I get a bigger following.
So, I mean, have you had any like anything come at you like that? I mean,
like a special?
Yeah, any specials? I mean, because you spend most of your time on the road.
Yeah,
I mean, you're just
whole life
grinding it out.
Yeah. I don't have a residence, man. I like, some people say, "Oh, I work the road." Motherfucker, I live on the road. I don't have like I'm sleeping in my friend's basement because they're nice enough to have a bed for me to sleep in their basement, which I'm totally grateful for. Other times I have to sleep on couches and air mattresses. Slept on an air mattress the entire fucking month of May, and that was an upgrade from last year when I slept in my car for the entire month of May in Texas. So I was just so I'm just sleeping in fucking parking lots trying to figure out where the hell east is coming up from so I can find a tree or something to sleep under so I can,
not burn your
ass
off.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, man. And so, so like, people don't understand like what goes into this shit. Like, like, oh, it must be month to month, buddy. Like, yeah, fucking September was good. Oh, it was okay. I had like 3 car repairs. I had like 2 flat tires. My spare tire was flat, but I didn't know it was flat until because I was like, oh, I don't fucking use the thing, so it should have air in it. That's how my mentality works. It shouldn't need air. Then I go to put it on the car and it's flat, so I have to carry my fucking spare tire half a mile down the highway and then go to a gas station, put air back in it, and then I was like a Tuesday, and then the next day I have to go to fucking do a show like the next night. You know, it's just like. People, it is not glamorous, man, and it's different. It's not like 1987 anymore, where all you had to do was be funny. If you got on the Tonight Show, that was great credit back in the day when there were 6 channels and half of the fucking population was watching that channel that particular time. But now it's like, fucking, how many late shows are there? You know, there's several different late shows. Like the Late Show credit might as well be a grain of sand on the beach because now you have the dudes with Comedy Central specials that aren't drawing anything. Mm-hmm. You know, now you got people like Jess Hilarious who has no specials, but 2.2 million people follow her on Instagram, so she's selling out like Funny Bones and shit. You know, like, and it's crazy. You know, and I'm like, you got dudes like me that've been working the road. Like, I'm doing this 17 years, man. I'm good at this. Matter of fact, it's the only thing I'm good at. Other than telling jokes, I'm a totally useless fucking human being. Like, if the apocalypse happens, like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm somebody running around out in the open with a backpack full of lighters or some shit. Like,
hey, but you got a cool car.
I got a cool car. Good mark. Like, fucking, let's look at this fucking idiot. I might have a fucking sweater or something I can kill him and steal it from. So yeah, dude, it's just talent experience doesn't matter anymore, man. There's very few clubs. I mean, because this is show business, man. It's a business. How many asses do you put in seats? And if you're not like, that's why I started making these videos about touring around because I'm not a big selfie Instagram person, but like I am making videos about the business, what it's like. Like my least favorite phrase in this business is "it's the business." Like if you're hearing the words "it's the business," you're getting fucked some kind of way. Mm-hmm. Like this is a perfect example was I just came from Boise. I was supposed to be in Boise earlier this month, but like this club I've been trying to get into for 5 years. I gotta go back and see. Like I'm emailing these people for 5 years, and they used to have a booker, and then she was booking it for a while, and I finally got in. She's like, "Okay, you can headline here," and then like. A month out, 2 months out, she's like, "Oh, the schedule got messed up. Sorry, I got to bump you." And I can't just switch up weeks. So I'm booking so far out. Like I'm only in certain regions in certain parts of the country, certain times of the year. So now I'm like, "Oh, I have to wait till next year then." And she's like, "All right, yeah, just sorry. I'll try to make it up next year." So next year comes, she's not booking anymore. Now the owner's booking it. Now I have to start over with him. So it takes me another 2 years. Finally, he's like, "Oh, can you come through and feature though?" Because I'm not famous. So now I got to like, even though I'm headlining Vegas, I'm headlining like tons of A rooms around the country, like, because I've worked my way up. I'm like, sure, I'll come through in future. Like, I'll like fucking be humble, bite the bullet, like, understand, like, I'll prove myself, basically, like, and earn shit money for the week, and just so I could get my foot in the door. So the following year comes up, supposed to feature. 6 weeks out, he's like, "Oh, sorry, man, the dude who's headlining is bringing his own feature." I'm like, "Oh. Okay, well, I'm kind of fucked. This is number 2 here. You guys have fucked me." He's like, "All right, we'll make it up to you next year. No worries." You know, and I was like, "Well, if you bring me back next year, you got to headline me." I was like, "I was coming here to feature for you. It's kind of like a favor." You know what I'm saying? So he's like, "Yeah, all right, man. I'll get you in the headline next year." So fast forward to this is the year I'm supposed to headline. So 7 weeks out, he's like, "Oh, can we switch those weeks?" I'm like, "Dude," I was like, this is the third fucking time. Like you book a year out, but you expect me to be able to flip weeks, 7 weeks. I go, "No, I'm headlining another club." And he was like, "What about October?" I'm like, "Not even going to be in your region. You know, like I'm going to be in like fucking Chicago, like coming with the week he wanted." I was like, "No, I'm not driving. You know, I need to consolidate my weeks in the regions when I can get them." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, the only week I have open is the end of September. I was like, "How about you talk to that dude about moving his week since I'm eating shit all the time?" Like coming through it. And then he fucking did it. Like he, like hats off to him. He did, but it's the business. So that dude got bumped because it was a festival. It's like the guy that booked the festival fucked up and told him the wrong week, which was landed on my week again. And I was like, so you just hear shit like it's the business. Like this past year in November, I had a gig in like Virginia, right? And then this place that pays more in Florida was like, "Oh, hey, do you want this week?" Well, you know, and I knew it was more money, but I had already booked with this other club, and I was like, "Nah, man, I can't. I'm already booked." Blah blah blah. You know, and then like a week later, the club that I was loyal to that didn't turn them down was like, "Yeah, we're not." You know, like whatever the fuck happened, some other like more famous comic came through, or they're not doing comedy anymore, or whatever the fucking reason was. It's the business. You're fucked. Like you move, you know, you just got to take it on the chin, basically. And then now, of course, the club that would offer me the week and like the more expensive is already booked.
Yeah.
So then that's not available anymore. That ship has sailed. So now I'm just fucking sitting there. Now I go from making $600 to no fucking money at all because I decided to like be cool and be loyal to this one other club, so that it's the business. Like, you hear that? It's like you basically your parents being like, because I said so, or it's life.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Just fucking eat it up. Yum, yum, yum. Eat that shit.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, do you feel like it's actually worth it? I mean, all the stuff that you're doing, man. I mean,
it was becoming a resounding question in my head, man. I mean, to be totally honest, it's like, 17 years and this year coming up, 2019, the Never Ending Tour will be 10 years old. Like, I've been living out of my car, sleeping on couches and all this shit for 10 fucking years. You gotta be like, is it worth it? Like, I want it to be. At the end of the day, like, if I can get a comedy special, get that on Netflix, can make a little money, of course it'll be worth it. But as of right now, at the age I'm at, dude, sleeping on couches was embarrassing 6 years ago. My friends are all fucking having families and kids and shit. Like, I'm going insane because what I've been doing is insane. Like, I've been doing the same shit every year, nothing's changed. Like, fucking, so I make these videos like, I'm trying to get as many followers as I have miles on the car. So I'm driving thousands of miles in like a 2-week period and getting like 8 people like, yep, we like you, liked your shit. I'm like, okay, fucking more than this. I got to do a show in Richland, so I had to drive from Southern Oregon. So it was like 421 miles to get to the gig one way. So 842 round trip, 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Literally 7 people took time to like my page after that. And I'm like, that was a fucking Jesus. And then I posted a meme of Jesus sitting on rocks, and he's kind of like pensive, like thinking. He's like, man, I keep sending them hurricanes, but they keep masturbating. Right? Yeah. And then I lost 5 people. So that's 2.
Oh, jeez.
I came out on top with 2. Now I'm down to 2 people for that week that I'm ahead after 820. And then I lost some more followers on Twitter. Like, I haven't tweeted anything because I'm fucking terrible at this, evidently. Like, I'm just losing followers left and right. I'm trying to gain followers. So what was it? A week and a half ago, Henry Cavill, the dude that plays Superman.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to be Superman anymore. And everybody was like, who's going to be the new Superman? So people started about Michael B. Jordan being the new Superman. And everybody was like, first black Superman. So I tweeted, if the white Superman is faster than a speeding bullet, can you imagine how fast a black one will be? And then fucking send. Like, I was like, yeah, me and my buddy were in the car laughing. I was like, yeah, this is great. He's like, 2 people unfollowed me. Like, it's controversial. I didn't think it was like, black people are faster than white people. That should be common knowledge by now. This isn't controversial. I'm not like, last time I checked, fucking Usain Bolt's the fastest dude on the fucking planet.
Yeah, we've been knowing this.
Yeah, right, yeah. Tell a fucking white guy beats fucking Usain Bolt, then I guess that joke is hilarious. And then it's just like you don't know what the fuck to do with people. Like I'm just tweeting this shit, and then you lose the people. I'm like, okay, well, it's already hard enough to get people to come out of their fucking houses, and I'm trying to get I just want to know what the fucking magic number is. Like, what's the number of the following where it starts translating to asses and seats? Because that's all that fucking matters anymore. Like, when you book a gig, that booker, like, they're trying to pay rent too. They got their bills. They want to make some money, and unfortunately, you want to keep the doors open. You got to fucking book these internet motherfuckers now. Because those are the weak. Like, so back when I started, it was like you would have guys like me that nobody knows, but it was like, you get it, this isn't, you're not seeing a famous person, but you're seeing a quality comic. Hopefully, you're adding, like, I'm not famous, but if you book me at your room, I will contribute to the reputation of your room. And me being not famous almost helps more just for your establishment, because it's like, we should go back. Well, who's going to be there? Well, who cares? We didn't know who the fucking last guy was, but he was great. You know what I'm saying? So if you continually have a standard where people like, now they just respect your club, or like, they continuously bring, because all it takes is one shitty comic for some people. Like, nope, not going that. Fuck that. That was terrible. And there's a lot of terrible comics out there.
And at Loonies, I mean, it's hard to come by where you have a shitty comic. I mean, you're gonna have your
because he actually gives a shit about comedy.
I mean, you got your open micers and
right, but you have to have them. You have to have an open mic night. You have to have those guys develop, because you don't know who's gonna do what.
Right.
Back when I started, man, there was only one open mic a week, and I would sit there like Tuesday nights, man. Tuesday night was my favorite night of the week. Couldn't wait to get out there and get on stage, man. It was the best. But now it's just like, it's so saturated now, I feel. It's just like there's stage time everywhere. But I mean, but for comics, it's great because you get to grow. Like stage time is like water to a plant, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the normal stage time for you? I mean, where do you...
I usually headline, so like I'm doing like if I'm headline, I'm
Until
doing
you're
45
done.
minutes to an hour, you know,
Yeah.
which is another reason why I don't like L.A. or New York. People are like, oh, you got to go to L.A. or New York to be famous and shit. I'm like, no, you don't. All you have to do is build a following. If I could build a following on the internet, that's just as good as anything else, you know. Like and Hollywood, and they ain't looking for me, you know. Like I'm not their guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a comic. Like I stand up is my favorite shit, dude. Like there's like I don't do this for a living. I fucking live to do this. Like I'm looking back. I'm like, holy shit, I've done 10 years of just like sleeping, like living like this. But like I get fulfillment out of it. I get like actual fulfillment. But now it's to the point where I don't know if it's worth. Like I have to email dudes 20 fucking times just to get one gig. Like I'm telling you, it takes me like this past year I did Grand Rapids. Took me 5 years just to get a fucking one date there. 5 fucking years of emailing, and now it's like this year the dates that I needed are booked. So now I gotta wait on this back half of the year. Hopefully I can get, or I just don't work that fucking club and don't make any money.
So when you're trying to book these gigs, do you usually send like a clip or a link of your YouTube, like kind of like a resume, like hey, this is what I've done?
Well, it depends. It's like because the dudes that book Grand Rapids, like they book other rooms too. So I'm already on their roster at other rooms. That's like their baby. That's like one where they bring celebrities come through there. Like Nikki Glazer was just there not too long ago. So like they can afford to bring in a celebrity every now and then, but other times they're bringing in dudes like me or other comics, you know, that aren't famous, but will do a really good job. They want people there that are like, you know, they have a standard. You know what I'm saying? So like other clubs are like they'll let like some of the dudes that aren't as strong, but they'll headline, you know, some of the lower rooms. You know, like either A room, B room, shit like that. You know. So it's but yeah, if I'm cracking a brand new roster, then yeah, I have to like. Dude, it's such a process now. It used to be like you have to have somebody recommend you. You would have somebody recommend you, and then the booker would would answer your email. Now you have to like 4 fucking people need to recommend you. Like SEAL Team 6, like you vouch for me Monday, you vouch for me Tuesday, you vouch for me Wednesday, and I'll hit him up on Thursday. But what's up? You know, and then fucking hopefully then, because then it's like the fucked up part about comedy, I think too, is like it's one of those things everybody thinks they can do. You know, like everybody's got common sense. Like, oh, I'm pretty smart. I got common sense. Everybody's a great lay. I can fuck. I'm really good at fucking. Nobody's terrible in bed. And then everybody's funny. I got pretty good sense. Everybody believes that about themselves. I'm pretty funny. And then the dudes that are funny, the great comics, the ones that are fucking, you know, amazing, make the shit look so easy. They make it look like it's just bullshit. Yep. And that's the fucking art form. That's the trick, motherfuckers. Is that That's the beauty. That's Michael Jordan made basketball look easy, but you don't see me trying to slam dunk from a fucking foul line. You know, it's just like when I started comedy, I had such respect for it. Like it wasn't even an option. Like me at 10 years old saying, "Oh, I want to be a comedian." I might as well have been saying, "I want to be a fucking astronaut." You know, and it's just like the I was like, how do they even start? I didn't know how do you start? I would just be astounded at how guys come up with material. You know, it's like how do you like continue? And that's something that I feel as a knock on myself is like I'm a slow writer. I feel, you know, it's just like there's so much other shit going. I'd say 85% of my brain is just scheduling alone. You know, just my schedule, like trying to figure out, like every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, well, fucking October and November look like shit. Like I'm trying to figure out where the fuck I'm going to stay, where if I have a place to live, you know, like whose couch I'm going to sleep on, and what clubs. You know, I was trying to get 2 one-nighters linked up, and neither of them come to it. And I was just one-nighters trying to get like a couple $100 just to make for the week. You know, like I made in Richland when I drove all the way $450. I drove up there for.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was 8 hours, an 8-hour drive. So
that's gas money.
$10 an hour. That's a good rule of thumb. If you have to drive anywhere, it's $10 an hour. So that was $160. So I ended up making like what the fuck is that? Like $280 for the fucking for that week.
Yeah.
And then other weeks other weeks are good where you make $1,000, and then the club bounces a check on you. You know, and then you got to deal with that shit. This is like constantly like, oh, okay.
I've had churches bounce checks on me.
Oh, I burned the fucking thing down. I'm like, that's against Jesus. This is in the Bible not to bounce. Jesus said, don't bounce checks.
He did say that. I read that. But All right, so
Sorry, I feel like I'm rambling here, man. Sorry.
no, you're good to go, man.
Yeah, that shit was
So,
hilarious.
so you said you're not much into the fight, so you're like a 2 out of 5.
I do enjoy it, man. I grew up watching boxing a lot, so I was like, but that sport's just gone to shit. You know, it's just like it's not as much fun to watch anymore. You know, there's God, who's that one dude that beat Klitschko recently? But he looked like I was
Anthony
like
Joshua.
yeah, that's one. Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he was
That
great.
dude's a freak.
Right, I thought that he was
Freaking
that guy. That was one of the most fun fights I think to watch. Like like the resolve he showed to win that fight. You know, that's why I like seeing. You know, it's just like dudes that are like, you know, that's another thing about boxing. I think is different from MMA. You can end up getting choked out. You know, and then you're winning the whole fight, but oh shit, you know, and then you're getting choked out. But boxing is like you got to pick yourself off of a mat, and then you're like, you know. Like, as soon as you hit the mat in MMA, the guy's hammer punching you in the fist. And you're just like, can I get a second here? You know, but like, that's, there's a little difference. But that's one thing about boxing that I really enjoyed is like the technical stuff of it. And I know there's a lot of technical stuff in MMA too, but it's just like, it's two different sports. But, you know, certain things, like I said, I grew up like Tyson, man. I love Tyson's one of my favorite, like, fucking fighters. I was a kid watching that. And he was like 20 years old. This monster. You know, was destroying people, and I'm like, this guy's the great. Like, I mean, when he got knocked out, I was like, God, what was that? 1990? I don't know. Man, not even nine years
He was
old.
knocking people out of it.
But when he got knocked, when Buster Douglas knocked him out, man, I was
Yeah.
like, that was the first time I ever really felt hurt. I was like, man, come on, Mike, get up, get up, what was up, man? Dude, I loved Mike Tyson. To this day, I still think he's one of the greatest stories of human perseverance. You know,
And not only that is like he's one of. Like to me, like in the movie history now, he's one of some of the funniest motherfuckers ever.
Oh, dude, his Broadway show, like when he
Yeah.
the Undisputed Truth, when he does. Have you seen his show?
Oh yeah, I did.
It's fucking brilliant, dude.
Yeah.
Like how his energy that he had with it. How I mean, like his like really showcased his charisma and like it's like he was talking about like. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the dinner eating dinner with these white people, and on the weekends I'm like, give me your chain, motherfuckers, and then like fucking like robbing people on the weekends. It's like, it's so funny.
He's great, but see, once he retired, like he's no longer a boxer. He's like a character. The face tattoo, the tigers, like all that.
I
shit.
don't think he's a character. I consider more of an icon.
I
think
think
he's
all
icon.
the above. Like when
You know?
when you think of him, like he's like I don't think of him just as a boxer. Like
he's
an actor. He's
right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like
he
he's
has some
iconic,
of the
and
best quotes in my
character. I
world.
feel more is like, you know, where like Andy Dick is a character.
Okay, I got you. I
Hey,
see what you're
that guy
saying.
is a fucking, you know, he's a clown. You know, but Mike Tyson's an icon. Mike
And he's
Tyson,
a philosopher. You
right?
ever
Yeah, I'm
heard his
saying
quote
like
about
you can
pussy?
fucking have a conversation with Mike Tyson. That's why I was like, and I don't believe he raped anybody. Like, I don't believe he raped that girl at all. I do not 100% believe he did not do shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing in his hotel room at 2 o'clock? You gonna play Scrabble? And fucking Mike Tyson had a pretty good vocabulary. He's just like, oh, fucking 1,300 point score, fellatio.
I win.
Yeah, I win. You know, it's just like I don't think. I think that chick fucked up his life, man. But you know, and that's the thing I like about Mike, because even Mike said it. He's like, I did not rape that girl. I did not do shit. He's like, but you know what? I did some other fucked up shit in my life that I should have gone to jail for that I didn't. And he was like, so it kind of balanced out. Like, I mean, he's like, he did, because he's talking about robbing people and shit that he never went to jail for. He's like, you know, he's like, I did do some fucked up shit, but he's like, I did not rape that girl, and I believe him. I don't believe you fucking raped anybody.
I forgot the interview. Do you remember the interview where he's telling the dude he was a piece of shit?
Oh, no, I loved
That's
it.
one of my
Loved it.
favorite
Yeah,
interviews.
it was in fucking Toronto because he just got because the mayor. It was the mayor because he was the Mayor Ford, who was like a Chris Farley. That's a character. That mayor that died, that from Mayor Ford for Toronto. That guy was a fucking Chris Farley character.
Yep.
I wish Chris Farley was still alive to play this dude. The sketches he would fucking do with this fucking guy. So yeah, he hung out with him, and he's like, and the guy was like, well, being a convicted rapist, you know, do you think it hurts his image? Mayor Ford's image? You did this fucking guy who's smoking crack? That guy? No, I think he'll be all right hanging out with Mike. And Mike is like, you fucking piece of shit. Like, you rap faith fuck. You know, like you can see him just like, he started breathing hard. He's like, oh, so what do you think's harder? You think coming out to the ring to fight or doing your Broadway show? What's more? I think talking to a rat ass piece of shit like you. He just like fucking keeps bringing. He's like, we're on TV, man. Fuck you.
I thought he was gonna whoop his ass.
Oh, I think the guy next to him was kind of like the dude who was like the producer of the show. Yeah. Like the producer was like with him, and he's just kind of looking at the guy like, if you expect me to pull this fucking sociopath off you once he snaps and fucking no,
stop talking shit.
Stop just shut up. Yeah, the interview and he's like, and this guy's like, we're selling tickets. He's like, this guy people gonna go see fucking Mike on, like, dude, I haven't seen him live, but I did see that show when he put Undisputed on. I thought it was brilliant, man. I have tremendous amount of respect for that guy.
Yeah,
you know, like his story too, when he's like, because he likes pigeons. When he was a kid, and this fucking bully broke one of his pigeons. That's the first time the guy was like twice his size, you know, and he just fucking snapped and beat the shit out of him. I was like, good for you, man. Do it, buddy. You know, fuck that.
So you got to do. Have you heard the pussy quote that he did? Have you ever heard that? He said, I'll try to do my Mike Tyson impression. I'm not as good as you, though. But he says, if God made anything better than pussy, he's keeping it for himself.
That's brilliant.
Do you remember that?
That is a fucking... No, I haven't. That should be on a T-shirt. That should be his...
I'm sure there's a T-shirt out there somewhere.
That is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's one of my favorite quotes.
It's brilliant. Brilliant, dude. Like, I would retweet that right now if you tweeted it. Fucking, yep. Nailed it, buddy.
Do it now. But... Okay, so we got the McGregor and Habib fight on Saturday. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think I don't bet against McGregor. You know, this kid's undefeated, though. He's fighting, right?
Yeah.
He is undefeated.
Yeah, 24-0.
Well, that's cool, but I still think McGregor.
Is it because he's Irish?
Not because he's Irish, man. It's just because he's just like, in a way, like people don't understand, like the race thing. Like with McGregor and Mayweather, like people don't understand this month they're the exact same fucking dude. Like I don't see how people don't see that. I don't see how people don't see Trump and Kanye West are the exact same fucking dude. Like how do you not fucking see? Yeah, exactly. Like how do you not see that? You know, like fucking is this, so McGregor? You know, like I think McGregor, just like Mayweather, talk so much shit and it makes them train harder because they know they've already put it out there. Same thing with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali would know, like fucking beat that motherfucker. Then if you want to shut him up, fucking whoop his ass. And that's in your head. Even if that talk, and people gotta understand this shit too. This ain't 1955 anymore, man. Like we live in a different fucking age, right? You know, where you lose this. Like if you want to be a professional athlete, this is the shit you got to deal with now. You know, we're all connected. We all have the internet now. Back in like 1955 or whatever, it would just be a headline. Oh, Yankees, blah, 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 lose to blah, blah, blah. Or Muhammad Ali shocks. It's a very perfect example. Muhammad Ali beat Sonny Liston. That's a very iconic fucking picture of him standing over him.
Right over him.
It's like, right. It is just like, this man just accomplished this shit, and look at this. Like, this is a fucking legend in the making. Bam, right? Nowadays, fucking Ronda Rousey loses. It's all memes of her fucking face. It's just like more shitting on the person that loses than praising the person that wins. And that's the kind of culture. I don't think that's a good thing in culture, but it is what it is. Like if you lose, expect to be clowned. Like you're gonna get clowned. Yeah. And if somebody talking shit to you in a sport, if even that distracts your fucking brain, even 1% of your brain is thinking about this motherfucker running his mouth and not focused on the thing, then he
already lost.
Yeah, he edged to him. Right. That's a fucking thing people need to understand is like talking shit is a thing now. Tom Brady talks shit. People talk about what Gold Boy. That's why I like Richard Sherman, man. Richard Sherman, do you hear your Richard Sherman story about that? Where he was like, you mad, bro?
Yeah.
Because Richard Sherman was like, your boy Tom Brady was running his mouth during halftime. And was like, oh, don't forget, because they were winning. The Patriots were winning. He's like, don't forget to say what's up to me after the game's over. He's like, check out the score. It's like, so cameras weren't on him, but he was talking shit during halftime.
Right.
And then fucking Seahawks came back and won, and that's the you mad bro came out. You know, it was just like Richard. I mean, and I think that's also like I lived in a black neighborhood for like 2 years when I was like a kid. And that was new to me, like sport playing and them just fucking constantly talking. And you're in your head, you're like, shut the fuck up, like, but you have to learn how to like deal with it, man. Like it makes you a better, more focused athlete. If you could tune that shit out, if you're that strong enough, be like, oh, I can fuck, and then but this dude running his mouth like this, and then I think that's one of the reasons why Frazier won that first fight with Ali, because that actually fueled Frazier. Because Muhammad Ali was talking so much shit, and Frazier was like, "I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out. I'm gonna shut him the fuck up." And he did. Like, and the amount of punches Frazier had to take to his face to finally land that fucking left hook, and it's just like. But that's why sports are great. That's why sports are great, man. Because you get to see human will on display. You get to see like these people trying to enforce their will on this other person, and their vice versa. It's a battle. Like, you fucking seeing it on display. You're like, holy shit, this is amazing. That's why people like sports, But now it's just like, if you don't like the shit talking, then don't watch sports, because that's what it is now. Yeah. Like, even if the athlete, even if the athletes are talking shit, the internet will do it for them. Yeah, they like fucking Manny Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez, I think. Oh yeah, remember, it's like fucking face first, and they're just like, Manny, are you okay? Are you okay, Manny? Like, you're like, God damn, dude. Like, that's just the Ronda Rousey thing. Like, when she got knocked, I mean, hurt the faces. That they like the slow motion or her get kicked in the face. There was the dude from Goonies, right? And then
guys,
dude, and then there was one where she did. I think it was like one of the late shows with Fallon or somebody. She was like, it was before she got knocked out the first time by
Holly Holmes.
Holly Holmes. So she's like, yeah, Holly likes to kick, but she ain't, she likes to kick people. Well, that's not going to happen to me. I'm not about to get kicked in. And she's like, I'm not getting kicked in the face. And then it just goes. And then if somebody like edited it, so seriously says that, it's like the fucking kick to the face, like pop, 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 like you just
that's
like,
the same shit for Cormier. Remember they did that when John Jones was telling him that he had something for him, and Cormier was like, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that left high kick. You're not gonna hit me with it. And sure enough, that's what he got him with.
Yeah, cling. And that's the thing. It's just like, and that's one thing is like, when you see MMA fighters and stuff, you're like, oh, I would like, as a skeptic, people think, oh man, that'd be great to be in a ring, and just like, would it though? Like, if you get your ass whooped in front of everybody and they clown you, like that's what you're known for. Like, you really want that? Like no,
it's tough,
right? Exactly. Like, it's not just you putting yourself out there. It's putting your dignity out there. Almost in a way. Like, I was like, I get the point. Like, I'm surprised that MMA is not just tapping out. Like, they had to like each fighter has a phrase that the other fighter has to say, like to get like, I'm a little teapot. Like, or some shit, and then the next fight he has to come wearing a fucking pink tutu to the ring. Like, you have to wear this shit. Like, let's just go fucking full-fledged humiliation. Like, since that's the direction we're heading anyway.
Be careful, because the motherfuckers running the UFC now, they're doing everything. They might just go to that.
They're trying.
There's like, you gotta come out to fucking Dancing Queen, and you gotta come out with a pink tutu.
But
after you lose.
For some fighters, that's the shit, dude. I mean, I've seen fighters come out to some really like crazy shit.
Or Dennis Hallman in the Speedo.
Yeah, I mean, in Barbie Girl, I'm a Barbie girl, and like, what the fuck are you doing?
Really going that far back?
He's happy as fuck. Just like, I'm a girl. I'm a Barbie. Yeah.
You can't get beat up by a guy coming out to that music. Especially if you're coming out to like Slipknot or some shit. The guy's like, dugga.
But what makes it worse is if you get your ass.
That's
beat.
what I'm saying. Like, then you fucking feel like, God damn, that dude whipped my ass.
Damn.
Like, that was a really bad decision. I really should have thought this one through.
There's some of those where like you see some of these upsets, man. There was like one I saw, this fucking black dude was huge, like this. I mean, this dude looked like he lived in the gym, and there's this fat butterball Asian dude.
You're talking about Bob Sapp.
Is that what happened?
He's actually from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he does kickboxing and shit too.
He was in K1 and all kinds of shit.
This fat little Asian dude took him to town.
Beat the fucking shit out of him.
I was like, dude, my brain couldn't believe what it was seeing. I was like, this fat little Asian dude. He was like in the locker eating dumplings, and then he came out and was like, let's go. Like what the fuck? Can somebody see what's in those dumplings, please?
No, I mean, Bob Sapp is actually from here. His mom still works at one of the Popeyes there.
Yeah, because didn't him and Kimbo were like together for a while, or like did some shit together?
I don't think so, because he spent a majority of his life in Japan.
Oh, okay.
And Kimbo was in Florida.
Yeah.
Right. I thought they might have like had some cross pass or something.
There's a local fighter out here, Dominic Montoya. This dude comes out to Miley Cyrus party in the USA, and he is just smashing dudes. So like he came out to Miley Cyrus.
It gets me hype, man.
He came out to Miley Cyrus, and there was a dude. He swore he was gonna kill him, and Dominic smashed him in the first round. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
it was just funny.
They're like a dancing, like ready to go.
The guy with Tech 9, the guy that comes out to Tech 9 loses. The guy with Miley Cyrus wins. I'm like,
I love it.
Shit.
That's what it's just like this dude to each his own, man.
Yeah,
you know, like you don't like a certain, you don't want them talking shit. Shut them up. You know, that's what, like I love hockey. Hockey's my favorite. The first sporting event I ever went to was a hockey game. I was like 5 years old. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. We scored. Everybody goes nuts. I'm like, holy shit! Like I'm like 5. I'm like this is like I want to score. This is great. This is amazing. You know, I'm like, I loved it. And then so I've been a fan ever since. So I'm a Cavs fan. You know, coming off our first Stanley Cup win, and then Boston Bruins beating them 13 times in a row. They have not beaten us yet. 13 times in a row they've gotten beat by the Caps. And then the Caps opening night, banner night, dropped 7 on them. So Marchand, a little rat-faced fuck, got upset at Lars Eller, who's like our third line center, for scoring. I was like, you don't like him scoring or celebrate? Then don't fucking let him score on you, motherfucker. That yeah, you know what? That's what sports. You know how many fucking years? Like if the Penguins fan. Oh, by the way, the Penguins have beaten us 9 out of 11 times. It was 9 out of 10 until this past time. So every time they beat us in DC, until now they would go across the street to where the steps are, congregate on the steps, and then chant, "You have no cups. You have no cups." And the only thing that pisses me off more than Penguins fans doing this is other Caps fans allowing them to do this. I was like, a couple buckets of water balloons would take care of this shit real quick, and you guys have no fucking pride.
Yeah.
Like I wish like every time they like I'm always on the road, so I'm like I'm like watching this shit like furious. Dude. I'm like,
you need some hooligans up.
Right, yeah, it's like if I were there, I'd be like organizing it. You know, there's those things now you could buy water balloons like and just put them like 13 of you feel water. Yeah, you're like 50. It's easy. Yeah, 50. I was like, let's do it. Homeless people get on. Let's go. I'll pay you $1. Fucking throw this shit. And some people would be like, well, you can't start fights and water balloons. That's why you have the women throw them. And then throw the water balloons, and then the guys just take film.
Right.
But you can't hit a girl, buddy. Yeah, you know, like fucking have the female Caps fans all throw the water balloons, and then the Caps dudes fans just sit there and film it.
Yeah, you know fucking well that's not gonna happen.
It's a solid idea, though.
But a solid idea though. Like it's like organized. Nobody's throwing water balloons anyway because fucking Caps fans are docile pussies anyway, and it's frustrating.
If you've ever been in a water balloon fight, you know fucking well that you're not gonna grab one of them bitches.
They don't go on the steps. Just keep off the steps. Don't chant shit. Then you won't won't get fucking pneumonia.
I mean, could you imagine how many things we could solve in like just with all the bullshit that's going on now with fucking water balloon fights?
Probably a lot, man.
Like go over to fucking North Korea, like. There's your bucket, bitch.
Yeah.
Give him the Amy Schumer. Let's hit Kavanaugh's punk ass with him.
Just
like North Korea would put acid in there or something.
You just cheaters. All you do is just reach right over the border and just set it down, and then back up, and then it's fucking game on, dude. Like,
really funny.
That's that one moment that Kim Jong Un is gonna be like a fucking little, like 13-year-old bitch ass girl, like just like. Let's do it.
He would probably get in on it. That'd be fun.
It'd be like a little fucking panda bear, dude. Just like after that, you just want to go like pet him and shit and just be nice to him.
Calm down, buddy.
So back to McGregor. So you got McGregor. So I want to hear because one of your bits in the past is your Irish accent and
right.
That
was like one of my oldest jokes.
Yeah, I know that was from like what 2006 or
that was when I put it online.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. It was. I've been doing comedy since like 2001.
But
so I was like, fucking that joke's like 2002.
I know, but it's great. But there's a certain amount of people that can actually do a solid Irish accent without sounding like a complete dick.
Well, there's different types of Irish accents. Irish is more of a sing-song way of speaking, and then there's like, then there's like different types of English too. Like the more sophisticated English where they speak like this, and it's like they could read you a story, and it sounds nice, you know. And it's more like like a soccer hooligan where I'll stop your fucking schooling, you fucking cunt. You know, like there's so it's like in Irish, like you got like, then there's ones that they talk like there's more the things, you know. I told you 3 times, you know, not to do that, you know. It's like more,
It's true.
but there's like different types, you know. So it's like Irish, but there's like. And if you think about it, like Irish people are such alcoholics that it's fluctuated into their speech naturally. Like they talk like this because they're fucking drunk all the time. You know, it sounds like, so I says, what the fuck did you say to me? You know, so they get higher pitched.
And when he's doing it, his eyeballs are getting bigger, and he keeps swaying his head side to side like he's already been fucking shooting.
Yeah, fucking shit face fuck. You know, yeah.
So scenario, okay? You're Conor McGregor. And let's throw one out there. I don't know. Read me a bedtime story.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little bears. The mama bear, the papa bear, and the baby bear. But the papa bear's porridge was too hot, so they all went for a walk. And while they were walking, in came Goldilocks. She started eating all the porridge, sitting in all the chairs. Now let me ask you, what kind of cracked out whore just walks into somebody else's house, starts eating all their porridge and unsitting all their fucking chairs, especially a house full of fucking bears? Fucking bears in there. Where are your fucking parents? Should be watching you. What are you, 5-year-old girl walking around the wilderness by yourself? Yeah. Get back to your house, you silly cunt. Taking naps in strangers' houses.
He would definitely fucking walk into a school doing that shit. For sure.
Yes, he would.
Not Amy Schumer fans?
No, I like Amy Schumer's movies more than I like her comedy. I think we just wanted to bring it up because, you know, the truth is Kavanaugh
stand-up is mediocre as fuck.
Yeah, Kavanaugh's a piece of shit. Like, let's be honest. Like, Kavanaugh 100%. Is a fucking piece of shit. And so when
you could watch that whole thing on mute and still tell what a fucking piece of shit he is.
And so when we bring up Amy Schumer, the point was she's out there, and yes, whether you agree with her or don't agree with her, or like her comedy or not like her comedy, she is standing up for something that's a big fucking problem in this world right now. Because there are legit pieces of shit, and yeah, there's people that are falsely accused.
God, this is a crazy time, man.
But she's gonna get followers regardless off of this, and I don't knock her for it. Like I said though, I don't like her comedy, but her movies have me fucking dying. I don't know which one it is. I just watched it with my wife. It's one where she thinks she's the hottest fucking chick in the world because she falls off of a cycle bike. Just the concept and everything of that movie. I Feel Pretty. Yep. That shit was so funny to me. I was
like
laughing.
A Shallow Hal kind of.
Yeah. Yep.
But like reverse.
Yep. But reverse. But it was not. I mean, her movies are better than her comedy. I'll just call it like it is. And so the fact that her and Emily Ratajkowski, I don't even know how to say her name. Ratajkowski, they were there standing up for some real shit. Like, they're both going to get followers. And speaking of, I know you were talking about Monique's followers and Amy Schumer's followers. That Emily Ratajkowski chick has 19 million followers on Instagram.
She could write a joke. She'd be getting a fucking huge.
Yeah, right? But she's fine as hell. She's a fitness model. She's been in movies, Sports Illustrated, things like that. So, I mean, she's doing good. She tells a joke. Everyone's going to fucking laugh, right?
Yeah.
If she learns.
Right.
Amy Schumer, I don't have anything against her. I know people like her, don't like her, but I just have a respect for anybody that's out there doing anything in the public eye. So MMA fighters, anybody out there.
It takes a set of balls to get on stage and be that wrong. Because I mean, like, you're out there, like you eat shit on stage is no lonelier feeling than fucking bombing like others. So I mean, it takes a set of balls to get on stage, but it takes a whole other set of balls to be like, all right, I'm gonna do this for a living. I'm gonna fucking make my money doing this. And well,
you're doing a good job. I mean, that's
surviving.
For sure.
I'm doing a good job surviving. I'm getting by, but I'm not like, there's like different levels. That level of like, I need to start like getting some of these. I was like, I'm not one of these people. Like, I'm not gonna stand there and be like, oh, I'm better than that guy, or I'm better than that guy. But I do look at certain people and I'm like, well, they're not fucking better than me. Like, I'm fucking pretty good at this. Like, I'll take the Pepsi challenge just about anybody's shit. Like I'm fucking. Like I'm not like like I said, for the past 10 years, like I'm battle tested, man. Like I'm like when I'm on stage, like I'm trying to come back. I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to earn you as a fan because my life depends on it. It's just like That's how important it is, you know.
So I did want to ask you. I know you were saying earlier it's about followers and it's not just about being funny anymore. A lot of the times you need like a team. So in anything, the music industry, the fight industry, like you need a team. So my question to you is, do you have a team? Do you have someone that, can help you out? Or
no, I mean, like I got other dudes that are like comedy wise that are like my buddies, like that I know, like we work well together, we write well together. But I mean, like, I'm the team, dude. I'm fucking like I'm booking everything. I'm promoting. I have to like the social media shit. Dude, it's such a fucking chore to me. Like, I wish I enjoyed it, but I don't. Like, I fucking hate, like you know, I like my favorite thing to do is social media wise. I like sharing a funny meme. You know, where I'm like, oh, this is funny. Like, I'm gonna let people and then hear the comments and whatever. But like when I'm like, I have to post where I'm gonna be at. Hey, because I call it the never ending tour. Like the never ending tour. Like I don't know why I'm posting that shit, but it's just like having to make videos, like the videos that I make. And I, you know, like I learned how to edit and everything. And I feel like I do a good job, and it takes me like 6 hours to edit some of these videos, and you post them, and it's like, 15 views, and you're like, fuck, man, come on. Yeah. You're like, it took me, this is like 6 hours of work, god damn it. You know, and I know it's not an overnight thing, but it's just like, you know, 17 years, I've already been working at this for like comedy itself for 17 years. So I tell people, it's like when I'm on stage sometimes, I'm like, you guys need to like my page. I go, just to break it down for you how important it is for these likes and followers. I was like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Shawshank Redemption. But I'm Andy Dufresne, and I'm crawling through this pipe of shit. All right, anytime you give me a like or a follow, that's a little bit fucking closer to where I need to be. You know, and I've been doing this for however long. I have less than 10,000, and you need like I don't know how many to fucking make it. Like I don't know how much makes a difference. How many people? But it's more than 10,000, 100,000, 200,000 at least. So now this pipe of shit that I'm crawling through might as well be like across, you know, like fucking to Mount Everest. You know, I gotta, you know, like how fucking long is like, you know, I just don't know. So it's just like you don't know when the end of the tunnel is, and it's just like fuck. So it's overwhelming, and now I have to make people give a shit about coming to my show at the most apathetic time to be alive as a human being. Like there's like people that don't have drinking water in Flint. There's fucking like 1,500 Indonesians just got wiped out by a tsunami. You know, there's fucking people have cancer and all that shit. But I'm like, hey, come to my show because come do this. Like, I feel like such a fucking like the self promotion. I'm just like, ugh.
You need like a social media hype man,
right? But it doesn't. Most people, it doesn't matter. Comedy like brings out the best in people.
I do love it. Like that's the thing is, it's like I'm not just up there to make people. I do. I know it sounds corny, but I do feel like a legit connection with people. Like when you like make a whole room full of people laugh and like, you know. And I do think about the times when I've gotten off stage. People are like, man, I've gone through some shit. This is the first time I've been out in a long time, and I haven't laughed in a while. And like, thank you, like that kind of like, you know, somebody died in their family or whatever, and they're going through a hard time, you know, and it's like kind of resonates. I remember I was like 27 years old, and I was doing a show in like Bloomington, Illinois, and this dude came to my show. And he's like, "Man, I saw you a year ago in Springfield." It's like, Springfield's like 2 hours away. He's like, I drove 2 hours from Springfield and brought all my friends. He's like, "You're my favorite comic." He started reciting my jokes. It's the first time anybody ever told me I was their favorite comic. His name's Jared Bergman. We're still friends on Facebook. I don't know if I'm still his favorite comic, but fucking remember that memory, man. It's fucking
Damn
great.
it, you're going to try.
Yeah. That's what I want. I just want the opportunity to see how many people I can become their favorite comic, you know, but you can't. You got to get people to come out to the show.
Well, and I saw your YouTube, and so did Drew, and you're a funny motherfucker.
Thank you, man. Like, I mean, to try. I just don't want to be a waste of anybody's evening, man.
But 1,600 views, like, the quality that I saw on that video, the quality of jokes, the timing, the complexity of the bits. I was like, this dude should have freaking way over 1 million views. But you had 1,600 views.
I know.
So I'm just wondering where the disconnection is with the quality of work.
I mean,
versus
that also
followers.
might be an old video too. I don't know which video you saw.
It's Patrick Garrity in 10 minutes, and that shit was hilarious.
Like a year ago, yeah, because that's when I did the military bit and stuff. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Buddy of mine put that. Yeah, so he put that video up, and it was a guy that did he filmed that whole set, and then he chopped it up. So I'm gonna have him filming it because I'm like, now I'm more polished, and some of those jokes are different. So I'm gonna have him film it again. But like, so he put that up for me. So I don't know what channel it is, but I mean, it's got 1,600. Like I've had. You know, I made a video for my dad like a year ago, and then I got 18,000 on
nice.
Facebook. Nice. You know, so it was a good one. But I just don't know. Like, it's hard, man. It's hard to make people give a shit. You know, I don't know what it is. It's just like, and then people just hate on things just to hate on them. Like if you go on YouTube and look up Beatles, all you need is love. Like there's still people thumbs down, like fucking stupid, fuck you.
Well, it's like you were saying. That's all
that's
social media is. It's
Yeah.
a shit talking platform.
Yeah.
And that's a lack of culture too. And the lack of culture in comedy is definitely high up there as well, because they don't know where all of this came from. From all the way back in the day where things were actually fucking fun to watch. I mean, when you're watching Eddie Murphy and his specials, like if you don't laugh at that bullshit.
Well, that's where I got that was one of the biggest influences. Like when his style is like he says it, he sets it up, and then he acts it out. It's like set up, act out, set up, and he's so good at acting it out. I think that's like a thing that's being lost on a lot of younger comics coming up. Is a lot of younger comics are trying harder to be clever than to actually be funny. Like I'm trying to fucking make your ribs hurt when I'm up there. Like I'm trying to like I'm doing act outs. I'm getting physical. I'm getting silly. I'm doing voices. Like I don't want to just tell jokes. I'm trying to perform my jokes. And I get that. Like some dudes are like Stephen Wright, but Stephen Wright has perfected it. Like he's a character. Like I think, like I say, he's not being. Some of his shit is fucking hilarious, especially with that voice and that timing. Stephen Wright. He talks like this. He was like he was the guy on the couch in Half Baked. Yeah. My favorite jokes he does is like, the other day I picked up a hitchhiker. He got in, and I said, buckle up. I'm going to try something I saw once in a cartoon. Could you imagine, like, getting in a car with somebody? I want to try something I saw in a cartoon with that boy dog. God, that's funny. It's funny. It's funny. I mean, like, he doesn't have any act outs. Mitch Hedberg didn't really do act outs, but I mean, like, there's a lot of comics I feel today that just like don't, or like, I don't know if they're afraid to, or there's not a, like Brian Regan, I think is one of the funniest fucking dudes on the planet. Right. Like I'm like his silliness. I'm like, God, this guy is so funny. And like, like I'm like just like thinking about some of the bits in my head right now. I'm like, God, it's so funny. But I mean, like I don't know if it's like an alt scene or whatever they call alt comedy, but like, yeah, I don't know. When people are like, oh, what's LA like? I'm like, it's every asshole with fucking horn rim glasses and skinny jeans that's never had a bad day in their life, but they're trying to dig deep to find one. Right. You're like fucking pretentious assholes.
Yeah, it is. Well, tell everybody where you're going to be for the next 3 days.
I will be at the Loonies Comedy Club in Colorado Springs Thursday through Friday. We got 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. I think it's like 7 and 9 are the shows, or 7:30 and 9. I don't know. Look on the website if you're that interested.
And where are you going next?
Next, I got to drive all the way out to Illinois, and I'll be in Chicago. Not next weekend, but the weekend after that, I'll be in Chicago at the Comedy Bar.
Okay.
So likes and followers, we were talking about. Where can we find you? The Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram. Let's get that shit out there because you really are funny. And if we need people to follow you, if you're listening to this, follow us.
I wish I had the same moniker for everything, but I'm not. So Facebook, you can catch me, just my name, Patrick Garrity, Garrity, and put comedy in, then it'll pop up. I'll have my car as my profile picture. It's got signatures all over the hood. And then Instagram is my name, Garrity, Garrity, Grams, Gramz on Instagram. And then on Twitter, it's capital P, capital G, Road Dog on Twitter. And let me read a couple other tweets that I thought were like, these are like my best tweets that I feel like, if I get double digits, I'm like, yes, because I only have like 500 followers. So if I get like double digits, I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Okay. You ever hate somebody just because they look exactly like somebody else you hate? Hashtag doppelganger, hashtag fuck your face. Sometimes the hashtags make it funny. Okay, so I'll read this other one. The other day, I was looking at a bird, and I thought to myself, man, I wish I could fly. But I'm pretty sure that bird was looking back at me thinking, man, I wish I could masturbate. Hashtag bird watching. So I'm going to read this last one. This one got the most likes out of any fucking thing I've ever tweeted. So I explains this is how like fast food restaurants like to compete with each other. So like Burger King has the Whopper, and then they have the Whopper Jr. So Wendy's came out with the Baconator, and then Son of Baconator. So if you want a tiny Baconator, you have to say Son of Baconator, because apparently hamburgers are fucking other hamburgers and having baby hamburgers. So I tweeted this. I go, the other day at Wendy's, I ordered a Baconator and Son of Baconator. I ate the Son of Baconator in front of the Baconator first. just to let the Baconator know I'm not fucking around. Also, I don't want the son of Baconator coming back for vengeance. So yeah, if you want to hear
That's
more
great.
fucking stupid shit like that,
Follow
hit me
him.
up. Yeah, and then don't unfollow me when I fucking put a banging ass bit out there.
You know what? Fuck those who do that shit, man.
Right.
That-
I'm like, you
that's
took
a
the
bunch
time
of
to follow
bullshit.
me, you motherfuckers, and then you just leave me on the side of the road like a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in, man.
Nah,
we really
thank you,
appreciate
man.
it.
Appreciate it. homie.
Had a lot of fun. And,
Oh, you guys are a blast. I hope to do this every time I come here, if that's
yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
It's like asking for a commitment after one night saying, like, let's do this every time. Can we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one more.
Just one more.
Can I be back too the second
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, as long as my mic doesn't stop fucking dick slapping me in the face, and we got another one falling over like it's all flaccid and shit.
You got foam falling off the walls
So
and shit.
it's all good. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you for joining Double Barrel Doo-Doo, shooting the shit.
Such a great name. Double barrel doo-doo.
We tried.
I felt like I spewed a lot of doo-doo out today. I don't even remember
Right.
like, all the shit I was talking about.
No, that's what it's meant for. So we'll see you guys next week on Wednesday. This will be out probably later on today, maybe tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
So, all right, cool.
Thanks
again,
man.
brother.
Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, it's Gorilla.
Peace. Glenn Roby, Risen the Reaper.
We're out.